Hello everyone, White Mage Serenia here, welcoming you to a very special Let's Look Back at one of my original Let's Plays. Now, this isn't going to be what it looks like. It's essentially going to be me re-recording the first episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VI, wherein we just watched the intro and go as far as the original video itself did. However, this is not, again, what it looks like. I mean, it's not a reboot of this series by any stretch of the imagination. Although, don't get me wrong, I have been tempted several times to do just that. But everyone I've spoken to is like, no, that would just ruin it. You know, your original series had a lot of magic in it. You know, keep it. Which I would keep it either way you look at it. But I guess people just don't want me to do a reboot. So anyway, back to the meat of this here. Essentially, if you watch my original video, it was my very first time ever speaking on camera. Well, I guess I wasn't even on camera, but my first time recording, to say the least. And, it was just bad in my opinion, man. It was really bad. Because I was nervous, you know, I really wasn't into this whole Let's Playing thing yet. My computer sucked, and I was actually using a crappy software, and I probably didn't even have it set up properly. Called Cam Studio back then. And good lord, my video looks so choppy, the sound, and plus, I had to have my speakers blazing loud just so that you could barely hear it in my mic. It was bad, man. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Final Fantasy VI was released in 1994 on US SNES under the name of Final Fantasy III, because I guess it was the third American Final Fantasy. And I had also mentioned how this is the PlayStation remake of it, to where there's actually bonus movies you can unlock as you clear the game. Like, they don't actually play in the game itself, but you can unlock them later on through the extras and stuff. Commence to launch the attack on Nash, the coal mines city. I'm actually going to put a link to my original Final Fantasy VI LP Episode 1 in this link for some of my new subscribers who may not have seen it yet, so they can go back and actually look at it and go, good lord, hi, you know, see how bad it actually was. And, like, you can actually see part of my border of the emulator and all that stuff. Which, that still happens even now, because sometimes I can't get my camera, or my recording box centered just right, but still, that's a minor issue compared to everything else. I had really bad frame rate, and it was just, oh my god. It was like that too for like the first 21 episodes. I didn't even have my traditional, hello everyone, White Mage Serenia here, welcoming you to Name of LP. I didn't even have that back then, but now, you know, now that I'm underway and I understand what I'm doing a bit more, you know, it's fun to look back, you know? Final Fantasy VI. There you go. Ayotarena. Final Fantasy VI. Alright, let's get on in here. If I can. Did I not? Yeah, I can't do anything, that's weird. Oh, well, I muted it. Good job. I'm already making mistakes, good lord. Ah! See, I'm far from perfect at this stuff now, guys, but at least I'm more confident, right? I think. Okay, so, like, I forget if it's supposed to do this, or if maybe I didn't set up my controls or something, because this emulator does sometimes do that and ignores my control input for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so let's see what happens now, huh? Long ago, the war of the Magi reduced the world to a scorched wasteland, and magic simply ceased to exist. 1,000 years have passed. Iron, gunpowder, and steam engines have been rediscovered, and high technology reigns. But there are those who would enslave the world by reviving the dread destructive power known as magic. Can it be that those in power are on the verge of repeating a senseless and deadly mistake? Now this right here is one of the major changes, well I guess it would be a minor change, but change between the SNES and the PSX version, just like I said in my original video, is that they named these two characters coming up, they renamed them from Vix and Wedge, which I assume was a mistranslation, to Biggs and Wedge, which is obviously a reference to Star Wars, which with Wedge Antilles and Biggs, although I don't remember his last name. Hard to believe an Esper's been found there, 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Think it's still alive? Probably, judging from the urgency of our orders. And this woman, this sorceress, why is she here? I heard she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in under 3 minutes. Cute. Not to worry. The slave crown on her head robs her of all conscious thought. She'll follow orders. Good to know. Wonder what else that slave crown does. We'll approach from the east. Move out! And they're approaching from the east, and, yeah. God bless. Oh, I still have to laugh at myself when I look back and watch that first episode. Good lord, man. God, when I actually watched this bit on the old video, it was so, the frames were skipping so bad. And the music was sometimes get lagged. God. Anyways, as I said in the original video, this right here is actually one of my more favorite scenes in Final Fantasy to date, actually. It's it's just so epic to watch the three mechs watch up to the city of Narsh while Terra's theme is playing in the background. It's amazing. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, and I don't see how you don't, Final Fantasy VI is actually my favorite Final Fantasy in the series. In that, it was the first one I ever played, so it was where I got my start. But that, among with this epic storyline and all sorts of things coming together, it's just an amazing Final Fantasy. And for those of you who have not played it and would like to actually try it to see where the classics were made, to see like what the classics were all about, I would definitely recommend Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 especially. Those ones are top of the tops if you really want my opinion on that. 7 is good, as is 8. And in fact, they're all good to me. However, ever since Final Fantasy VI, I think they've gone downhill a little bit. So if you really want to see where my perspective comes from, go play the classics. 4, 5, and 6, that's where I got my beginning. So anyway, guys, this has just been a look back at my first LP. Didn't exactly turn out as good as I hoped it would, but you know what? I just wanted to do the intro justice. So, maybe, eventually I might do a reboot of this series, I don't know. It all depends on what you guys would like to see. As far as I'm concerned, I can go either way. It doesn't make a difference to me. I just want my fans to be happy, and that's really all there is to it. And, when I first did this game, I didn't even have maybe 30 subscribers, so I was fresh back then. It was insane, and then come to find out that I actually inspired Nintendo Capri Sun with this LP. And if you guys watch NCS and you guys know how big he's gotten lately, it's it's a little flattering, and it's a little intimidating too. It's like just wow, you know. It's I mean, hey, this was his first LP too, so I mean, kudos to that, and there you go, you know. It's just this game, man, this game. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have you guys a nice day. We'll see you again soon.